more opportunities been given to women. There's more visibility. In the beginning, it was like everyone didn't believe a single woman was making any of their music. The conversations about it have changed. The next generation of women, they're gonna make the most incredible music we have ever heard.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. We've all been friends. I think we've met over the years, right? Where did we meet?
Well, we met at Cross.
That's right, we did meet at Cross. Yeah, we met at Cross. And then where did we meet?
We met on EDC.
EDC, the first EDC.
Yeah.
EDC.
The boats one.
Yeah, the boat one. Where did we meet?
Well, I can't remember where we met, but I remember how I first heard about Blood Oath. It was on the day of the last election, and I was like, I can't, like, I was like, I don't know, I might have to cancel. Like, I cannot get out of bed. I was like in my bunk crying, and then my agent sent me a video of you guys at EDC Blood Oath, right?
Yeah.
And you just got on the mic, you're like, we're Blood Oath.
Yeah.
And I saw that clip, and I was like, I'm getting out of bed.
I remember you texted
cool.
me. You're like, thanks for helping me get out of bed today with this Blood Oath.
Really?
And I was like, let's go.
That's amazing. That like they just like sing all those women. It's incredible.
It's really fun. Yeah.
I know Alyssa, Mary, from before you were pursuing this career. You were at Native Instruments, and like you were like my artist relations person who I was like can you hook me up with some gear? And that's how I met her.
Yeah, because I was a marketing manager there, and I wanted to help get more women gear from us. And she was playing. I always thought she was cool because she was playing the keys while DJing.
Yeah.
So we got her the A49, and that's how everything started. And you invited me to come teach at a girls' rock camp. And that's where I first started teaching DJ courses, and then I've been a Femme House educator, and I don't know, I felt like you helped me find myself as a teacher, and I really love it. It's like really been
There isn't a show
fulfilling.
I play where somebody doesn't say like, we love Mary Droppinz, thank you so much, we've taken our courses. It's really cool.
Yeah. No, like I love how we've all like met and then like things just formed and were birthed.
Yeah,
you know, like Femme House, we were like doing all that, and then with like Blood Oath, it's just like
it's very
cool little things.
I feel like those are like how the best ideas come out, honestly. Like I feel like, I feel like so often in the music industry, like people will bring you ideas and they're like, oh, like what if we did this? This would look good for X, Y, Z. But I always find that the things that are really magical and that really stick throughout the DJing and creative process entirely, but especially for stuff like this, is things that come through organically and improvisationally. And that's, I think, where the magic like really comes through.
100%. Yeah. It's less you're forcing something, right?
Yeah.
It's like, this seems like a good idea, and the best things are just like a random good idea.
Yeah, they just kind of happen.
Yeah. How do you pick who's gonna do it?
I mean, it's been since we've done it. I think this is our fourth one. And since we've done it, it's been very open format. Initially, it started as an idea at my birthday in 2024, where I was there with like 3 friends, like Jenna Shaw was there, and then my agents Annie and Bailey were there. And Bailey, while we were just having fun at the house, got in and started ripping drum and bass.
I didn't know that she could do that.
Oh, she rips.
Bailey's the best. I always say that
amazing.
we're all part Wook. We have like a certain percentage of
I'm like 99% woke, yes.
Yeah, been there, yeah. Reformed sometimes. Reformed.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, and so she was ripping drum and bass, and I was like, this is sick. And I was telling my boyfriend Brandon about it, and then I was like, I'm gonna text Kessler, one of the bookers for Insomniac, about it, because this was like a few weeks before the first EDC, or the second year EDC cruise. And I was like, hey, will you give us like an hour slot for like a surprise pop-up all girls drum and bass back to back? Because none of us play drum and bass normally, and so we were like, oh, let's just rip D&B. And so that's what it was, and then it evolved. Last year for Coachella at DoLab, when we had Amelie and Indira in the mix, so we did drum and bass, and then we went into like techno, and then this year I was like, let's expand it even more. And then actually last year, you dropped some bass music at DoLab, right?
Yeah, that was the first time I dropped Rhythm out there, and then the video went viral.
The video went crazy.
Everyone's like, Sarah, Rhythm, Mary.
I wasn't doing anything, it was her.
It was like, you were like, it's Mary, and everyone's like, Mary, what the f is
that?
was
that
like
was so sick.
Nutty experience. That was, I mean, I was just so honored to be able to be in that space with you and all the girls, and just like, and I remember you were saying like, because I had drum and bass, I do DJ drum and bass often, but like, she was like, I wanted to do her, and I was just like, I really appreciated that, and at the time I was just really feeling Rhythm, and I was like, rawr.
Yeah, that was so great. Yeah,
So
that was such a fun moment.
That was dope.
Yeah, and You joined us for the first time last year's EDC, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, when it was like 10 of us.
Yeah, it was.
Whoa.
It was a lot of girlies.
It was chaotic.
Cat
Sticks
and
are
Maddie.
Yeah, Alley Cat was on there.
The sticks,
Maddie
the
was on
sticks
there.
are very confusing.
Yeah,
I think
you're
we
Yeah, we were like yanking USBs out. I
Yeah.
was terrified. Everybody was on the V10 for the first time, so I was like this, trying to make sure. 'Cause
Yeah,
nobody uses the V10, so I was like, filter, you know, I was like,
Yeah, it's terrifying.
I was like, go, 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 everybody in. Yeah.
There's also lots of headphones. I was like, oh no, I unplugged someone else's headphones. What happened? Someone's like, oh no, I can't hear my music. I was like, oh shit, I'm so sorry.
Just pure chaos, but I
Yeah.
think that's what makes it really, really fun. I think my favorite thing, at least, and I'm curious to hear what your favorite parts of a back-to-back are, but my favorite thing, especially as a DJ who's done like 100 gigs a year for the last couple years, is that you never know what you're gonna get, and it's all completely improvised. And there's always so many amazing random moments where people do random stuff, and I just love that energy. I think it's so fun to have the girls. I don't know, what was your guys' experience?
I think for me, what I loved is seeing, obviously representation is really important to be like, these are very talented women that are on stage, but
Yeah.
regardless of even being women, everyone just rips it anyways, right?
Yeah.
So it's agnostic of all those things that you can just see the cream of the crop being brought there, and everyone comes from a slightly different background.
Totally.
And to see that you can still come together and show that a lot of times in music, genres are related.
Yeah, they
You
are.
know? And
Yeah.
I think you're doing, like even with tonight, the way that we have it sequenced is such a beautiful way to show the breadth of like all the different types of music that
Yeah.
we make. And
I feel
pretty
like
incredible.
I love BGBs. It's like playing jazz. Like you,
Totally.
You get to like, you never know what you're gonna play after, so you like really have to be on your toes. I love them. So, it makes it way more exciting.
It does.
For me.
Yeah.
And also feels more kind of like a jam band sort of. You know?
I know you like the jam.
The firewood
coming out
It's kind of like a jam band.
She loves a jam band.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that improvisation. And actually, this is your first time doing Blood Oath with us, right?
Which like I'm so excited and also terrified because it's like my favorite group of women ever. I'm just like, don't mess this up. Don't
We're
mess
gonna
this
have
up.
fun and
Yeah.
everything will be fine. I feel like there's no such thing as messing up, where everybody's gonna go with the flow and it's gonna be awesome.
I remember the first time I saw you play, I wasn't a DJ yet. And you played at Snow Globe Music Festival.
Oh yes, I remember.
My partner, he had started that. He did not book enough women. So you were one of the few. And I was just watching you like from the side, like seeing you like in your zone and like, in your flow. And it was so, in my morning pages the next day I wrote, one of my career goals was just to like be as close to Toki as possible. Which is it's so cool. I'm sitting next to you right now.
Manifested.
As close as possible.
Manifested. Look at
Yeah,
that.
that's cool.
Writing really works, writing it down.
Yeah.
It really does. Shout out Artist Way.
Oh, have you read that?
Yeah, of course.
I read it because you told me about it.
Dude, that book
LB.
changed my life.
It's a great
Okay,
book.
I need
You
to
gotta
put
read it. You
Okay,
have a
okay, it's
copy.
on my read list.
Yeah.
We'll get you a
It
copy.
changed my life. I've done it now, and I did it, like the 12-week program, I've done it twice now. It's about time I need to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's great.
Is it like a book or a program?
It's a book and a workbook. Like you,
Oh, okay,
you
okay.
can just read it, or you can do this really intense 12-week program.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really cool sort of guide for, I think, tapping into like authentic creativity. And I think it gives you like a cool and healthy structure for existing like in self-employed artist zone, you know, with like the morning pages, which is kind of like a meditation, and it kind of starts your day off right. And
Oh, that's
it's
nice.
nice
Word
to kind
vomit.
of be able to build a structure in when you don't have a structure.
Yeah, my brain is so chaotic. I'm like,
Same here. If I don't have a structure, I'm like,
So how do you create a structure? Like, how do you create a structure? I'm struggling.
You're a Virgo, right?
Virgo, yeah.
That's,
you're
it's in your
Virgo.
bones.
Yeah. But I'm also double Sagittarius, so those two are fighting. I don't know.
Like, are there things you have to do every day, like workout?
I try to work out as often as I can. I have a much easier time when I'm like at home with all of
Yeah.
my stuff, but I'm never at home.
Yeah.
So I mean, I try to find structure in like small ways, you know, like my skincare routine, or now I have like a travel Pilates kit that I bring on the road, and so
Oh,
every
that's
day I
nice.
try to do something like that. When I'm at
That's
home in
so
the studio,
badass.
I like wake up, I immediately do Pilates, I eat something with protein for breakfast, and then I go into the studio room all day. And so like that's like a nice bit of structure. I don't know. What
You
do you
seem
guys
to be
do?
very in charge of
what
your
do you do?
business, though. Like, how do you balance, like the phone, like managing like phone calls and like the business side of things with like going in the studio all day?
Well, most of the time I say if it's not critically level 1 important, send me a document that that I can read, so I can reference things that way. And then we have like everything on WhatsApp. And so if I'm like taking like a quick brain break or whatever, Like throughout the day in the morning, because I live in Europe, like I'll start to get messages, and a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
times I'll either respond if I have a break or completely ignore it until I'm done. But that's been hard to get into, honestly, because
Yeah,
everybody
turn on the
always
notifications.
needs something, you know?
Yep.
I'm actually
always.
really curious because I feel like it'd be helpful for everyone to know, like, what is your routine? Like, what do you have built in to your day that are your regulars?
Yes. Chaos is built in every day.
Yeah.
Same, I feel that
Same.
very hard,
Yeah.
deep in my soul.
I mean, right now, honestly, it's like waking up, like trying to get to the airport and like trying to find some time to work on music. I feel like if I'm not working on music, I'm not getting better, and then what's the point, you know?
Totally.
So I'm trying to tour and work on music, which I feel like that I'm doing both of them kind of half-ass. Yeah, there's no routine, there's no, like, do you guys make music while you're touring?
Yes.
I
Like,
can,
you have
yeah.
to, right? Like, how do you find that balance? Like, how do you sleep then?
I only do it if I feel inspired to. If I force myself to make music, it's never very good.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you're on the road, the experience itself is enough to motivate you to like open your laptop
Totally.
and start writing things down. And then if I'm not feeling it, I'm exhausted, then I just try to go to sleep. Yeah, I'm not good with like a 9 to 5 working on music. Some people are really good at like going to the studio and like staying there all day. I can't do that. I just work on music when it feels right, and then when it feels right, then you like pump out like 10 songs in like 2 weeks or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I might not make a song for like several weeks
Yeah.
potentially.
What about you?
What about you?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same as that. Like, I don't like to force myself to make music because it just, like, I end up then feeling like I don't really like what I'm doing right there. And I'm just like, so for me, my routine really is every morning, like, I try to get up and go direct, like, walk right outside, like, get the sun, and then do a workout, I eat, and then I'll work for a little bit on my laptop. I give myself, like, 3 hours, and then I'll take a break. Most time you have to do social media, post something, and then go back in and make music, or I'll live stream, or like just like DJ. I love to like create new sets for every set that I play.
Yeah.
No two sets the same. So I do focus a lot when touring on my DJ sets.
Yeah.
Because that is another, crate digging and like making edits, and like that could be all you, like that's a ton of time.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll focus on a lot more of that, and then I try to take like 2 or 3 weeks off and go on studio bender. I'll wear the same outfit for the whole week. I don't shower.
I love that.
I'm ordering in.
I love a studio bender.
Yeah.
I love a studio, my
and
favorite.
then I'm like, all right, maybe there's like 10 tracks, and then I'll just like sprinkle those throughout the year and find different ways, or send them to people and we'll
Nice,
collaborate, or people will send me stuff to like add on. So it's just like I just like try to weave around and make it work. But I haven't made an album yet, so like, what about?
Are you going
We're
to?
waiting.
I would love to. Yes, I plan to. I want to in the next year.
The albums make
But-
themselves, babe.
Yeah, that'll make sense.
The album decides what it wants to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my experience.
That's true. It feels like anything that I made as an album, it's like it's like a diary of a certain part of my life.
Totally.
It's like all the songs I made in this, because they already have like a thread running through them, and you're like, okay, just gotta finish these, whittle them down,
Put them in order.
Yeah, and then it's album.
Yeah.
Do you take like a month off and just focus on it, or do you like spread it throughout the year and then it just like all comes together and like this should be an album? Or?
So lately I've been doing this thing where like, January tends to be like a little bit more quiet. So I'll do January off, I'll go somewhere like Thailand, and I'll just make all these ideas and flesh them out. And then from there, those will become usually some kind of projects.
Nice.
I do find like over the course of my entire career, it's not good to be too precious about songs. You're like, oh, the song is so great, I want to wait to put it out. You have to just put it out.
It's such good advice.
Yeah. Because then you sit on these like amazing songs, and then you wait a couple years and you're like, it's not even relevant anymore. I should have put it out. When I had the
I love
chance.
that. I had been writing for like a year, like I was gonna kind of whittle it down, and then I'm on now we're in April. I got it down from like 54 to 26 songs, and I'm like, okay, I want it to be 26 songs. How do I do this?
26 song albums?
Double album?
Yeah, double.
Or like
part A,
EPs,
part
because
B.
like they like represent different times of the day that I would play them. Morning, day, sunset.
Oh, that's cool. You could do like a multi-concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my challenge is that I like make songs for albums I will never DJ, and then people come to my sets and they'll be like, play what, and I'm like,
Same.
I would never play that.
I love you bringing up this topic about just the difference also between producer and DJ, because I've also
totally
experienced
I
that
struggle
with
so hard with that.
people are like, oh, she's playing other people's tracks. Like, what? And I'm like, that's what a DJ does.
Yeah.
And I think that they assume that because you know, especially in the bass realm, some of the artists will only play their originals the whole set,
really?
which I really respect that, and I hope to one day be in that point, but I'm a DJ first, so I like to find records, and some people are just like, she's not playing her music, and I'm like, because I'm DJing.
Do you think of yourself as a producer? Like, when do you decide when you're a DJ, when you're a producer?
I mean, I play my music all the time, and I end up actually, in a lot of cases, kind of structuring my sets in blocks or thinking about them in blocks so that I can play all the different types of music I make.
Yeah.
But not everything makes it into every set. And it won't make it into every set because I have so much music I've made over the last decade that I couldn't possibly. For now, I have so much music I want to promote from the label or like new things or whatever.
For sure.
That it's always kind of shifting.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I love DJing. I've been DJing for a year longer than I've been producing. So I've been DJing for like 11 years and producing for 10. Or no, 12 years and 11 years now.
Amazing.
12 years and 11 years. And so I don't know, I think I see myself as a producer more just because that's what I do for me. DJing is kind of like an act of sharing with other people, but producing is just for me, which is why I never live stream when I work. I'm like, this is my space to be creative and weird. And I don't want anybody to be like, you know?
No one wants to see me just like in a giant t-shirt with my glasses on.
Yeah,
like,
computer glasses.
Yeah.
What would y'all say, like, other challenges that you've experienced just, like, in this game that we play out here?
I definitely feel like for women, right, I feel like the thing that I go up against the most, even more than a decade in, is people never believing that I'm the one doing the work, that I'm the one producing and mixing and mastering.
You're mixing and mastering?
Yeah, and vocal production. And all of that stuff, like I do all that. If I have a collaborator with me, then we kind of split it. But like everything for my album projects and stuff, I mix everything down, and do all the DJ masters and stuff. They have to like yank a pre-master out of me because I'm like, it sounds great. I got this to like -2 RMS. Why do we need to send it off to somebody else? I'm like, I got this.
Loud.
For me, I'm just like, no. I promise you, I'm doing all of it. Like, just because there's not a camera on my face, I promise. Do you guys get that too?
Yeah.
So in the very beginning, one of the first rumors about me, because I've been making, because my background was in like LA, like rap and hip hop, right?
Oh, really? I didn't know
And there's no women that look like me that were producing beats like that. And the whole thing was there's this rumor going around that I had a boyfriend that made all my music for me.
Classic.
And I think over the years, also through the lens of educating, I've shown my process. So it's very available. People can go online. I show details. I'm not shy about that. But because of this stigma around me thinking that people are not attributing the work to me, it was really hard for me to work with other producers. Because I'm like, because most producers are still men. So I'm like, oh, if I collab with this guy, everyone's going to think that guy did it. So I almost never work with producers.
Yeah.
And I found that to be really limiting. But at this point in my career, I think everyone mostly knows that I make my own music, and I also mix everything down. I don't master, but I mix everything.
That's so impressive to me.
Because like, I think mixing is a really iconic part of your sound signature.
100%.
So it really helps to mix your own music down.
It's part of the production process, but I think in the music we make too.
Totally.
But I will never release it if I don't like
do everything. Same. Yeah.
Like, have you guys ever felt that? Like someone attributing to, like, not thinking that you're doing the work, that is saying that maybe it's someone else, or have you guys felt that?
I just assume that people think that, which is...
Yeah, I mean, people have thought that about me for a long time, and I've done tutorials, I've done all sorts of stuff where I've been like super straightforward about the work that I do. I work with like select people that are close friends and on my label who like I've known for years. So I have like a few frequent collaborators now, and I'll do stuff with like some other people, but I mean, all those files, like if I do a session, like for like the album or whatever, like if I do a session with somebody, we'll do like a day's work in a session, but then I'm the one who goes back and finishes everything, mixes it, trims it. But I mix everything as I go. I don't do like usually a separate mix down session unless I need to check on the AirPods, because I do most of the mixing on AirPod Maxes because it's consistent. Because I know what it sounds like, and then I know how it's gonna sound when people are listening to it.
Yeah.
Like I'll do low-end mixing in a room.
In a huge speaker where people are also listening to your music. It's like, that part would freak me out. To, like,
I have my same setup that I've had for a decade, which is 2 Yamaha HS8s and an HS8S that sits right on my feet. And I'll do the low-end mixing basically in my guest room in my house now because I don't have a separate studio, and I'll check it there, and then I'll double check on the AirPods.
That is so tight.
And they always turn out slamming.
I mean, I think it's, learn everything that you can. I took a mixing course and I realized like this is not a good use of my time. But I do think it's a kind of a bummer. Like, there's obviously a lot of other producers who work with a lot of people and don't have to. I think that we are women who do too much and feel like we have to do too much. And I think that also can be hard on our mental health,
For sure.
Yeah, the one thing that I don't really like is how everyone's kind of made it uncollaborative, and with the hating on people, being like, oh well, she has people credited on certain parts of it on the writing or things like that, and then they assume it's a full ghost production. But if they're credited and it's like you worked with someone and they don't feel like that's something that they want to be an actual collaborator as their artist project on, it's okay to credit them still, and it's still yours. And if you've worked on it, like that's just something I've experienced where people were assuming if you have someone credited under a writer that they're a ghostwriter. It's like, no, their name's on there. Like, it's not a ghost, and it doesn't mean that I wasn't working on it or made it or was in the room or any of that. It's like they just assume that you just like, people get like music sent to them and you're like, I want this one, and it's like,
No.
or someone made your sound. It's like, I don't know how people could like DJ and be natural and move to that if that wasn't your sound, like, and it's all coming from you in that way. And I've also noticed too with even DJ clips of me online, sometimes like, you clip it right before the drop where it's like gonna be pop off on a reel.
And you're not mixing.
No, like I already did my work. So I'm going to the scene that's fire where the crowd goes off and people are like, she doesn't even touch the decks. It's like,
I don't need you for this 15 seconds
I
of time.
move pretty quick too. Like I can make him, you might not even see that I did it, and I didn't. It's like,
same.
So it's annoying that people just, base something off of a 30-second clip, and it's like, you have no clue. I hope it becomes really bad, just table manners or things that when people have conversations, when people bring up women artists, I always notice the first thing is like, well, does she make her music?
Every time.
Yeah, it was the first
Every
thing
time.
I heard she has this, and I'm like, now when people say that to me about other women, and I just look at them like really with disgust, like that shouldn't be a norm. That's the
what
first
do you
thing
think will
bring up.
change that? Just more over time?
Yeah, you know what though, I would say, and this is a positive thing, over the last like 2 decades that I've been making music and there's been more women in the scene, the conversations about it have changed. Now, people attribute a lot of love and joy to these female musicians and music producers, right? And in the beginning, it was like everyone didn't believe a single woman was making any of their music, especially in production, especially in high-tech careers. That's why there's a low amount of women engineers, and producers, and anything that seems like it's more tech-savvy. But you can't lie with the numbers, right? The more opportunities been given to women, there's more visibility. You're like, oh, she is making amazing, incredible music.
Yeah.
And that inspires other women to feel like they can do it without as much judgment. So the next generation below us, I feel like they're not going to feel as much pushback like we felt.
I really hope so.
Yeah.
Really
I truly believe it, because like, people were real mean in the beginning.
Oh, so mean.
I'm looking forward to feeling like I made it.
Yeah.
I think the goalpost always changes.
They do.
Which is like a challenge. It's also a challenge, because like if 5 years ago you had told me to be sitting amongst this group of women, I would be like, no way. And I flew straight in from Nashville without sleeping, and I'm like, complaining kind of this morning. Like, this is insane. This is incredible. Like, y'all have been heroes or people I've looked up to or been inspired by, and I mean, this is an arrival moment for me.
Amazing. I'm so happy we could be a part of that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What about you, Toki?
Okay, I feel like I made it once I was written in the Korean newspaper.
Work.
When I was written, because then my mom read it, because for a while, my mom didn't understand you're either Beyonce or you're playing at a karaoke bar. She didn't really understand that there's a breadth of career in music, and she's like an immigrant mother. She wanted, very typical, like, you should be a doctor, a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm going to make beats, Mom. And, it's like I was written in NPR, like the New York Times. When I showed up in the local, like, Korean newspaper, my mom was like, oh, okay, cool. My daughter's doing cool things, And then I was like, okay, cool. I feel good.
Feels good.
It felt like I reached a level where, because representation is important as women, but also just like being like also just like an ethnic minority, being an Asian woman also, it's like really important for me to showcase all of who I am and be a good role model. Even I never aspired to be a role model, but it's like those roles that you fall into, right?
Yeah.
And once my mom saw it and she was proud, I was like, cool, I feel like.
You feel seen, yeah.
But that's really all of us, right?
Yeah.
It's like existing, being on a platform, being able to talk honestly about what we do, that inspires the next generation of women or gender expansive people. And what I always hope is that someone's gonna make way better music than all of us. I'm like waiting for the next person to inspire that they have less hurdles, that they're gonna make the most incredible music we have ever heard.
We'll be cheering them on.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What was your I made it moment?
I feel like, I was going to say I felt like right now in this moment with all of you as well, but I feel like it was last year at Blood Oath.
That was oh yay, that makes me so happy.
Yeah, that was really like,
that was such a fun one.
the rocket ship.
Yeah.
So
glad I could help.
sick.
Yes, I'm glad I
So
could
sick.
help.
I know, I'm glad that it was like, I was able to be brought up by a woman, you know? I always assumed like maybe this DJ or this guy or whatever, I would get a hopefully get a release on a label or play, and it was like, it was
Sarah's it's so cool.
That's so amazing. That makes me so happy. I guess mine, I mean, answers I've said, I mean, the Boiler Room going like super viral was a huge moment, and then obviously getting to bring Eternalism to the Sahara tent, like all those are super special moments.
My rituals before performing, it's
Yeah.
like, what, like 4 shots of tequila? I don't know. Like,
I write poetry with my dad before shows.
Really?
I go like line for line. I was in Australia a few years ago and I was just like so turned upside down and like so feeling ungrounded and unrooted, and my dad's an amazing poet, so we go line for line until I go on stage. And that's like one ritual. It's kind of my only ritual that makes me feel like sort of, because like also it's like that's the stuff of life, and then whatever else happens out there, you just leave it out there.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
What about
that's
you?
so wholesome.
That is so wholesome.
That definitely beats I do 3 shots of tequila and then jump on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same, but I can't do tequila anymore, so I drink champagne and I dig around in my purse for my earplugs.
Oh yeah.
That is always a scramble for me.
Yeah, just in your bag.
Yeah, they're
crazy.
just loose, apparently. Yeah,
Like,
loose. Yeah, I'm like, where are they?
Yeah, then also like, where's my sticks? Wait, have I loaded my sticks? That's usually a scramble.
Yeah.
What about Mary? What about you? What's your pre-show ritual?
I'll do actually a little bit of like qigong on the side, which is like it's like a meditation through movement. So I just kind of like try to like brush energy out, like get things, and then.
Do you do that after the show too? Because there's so much energy.
I'm realizing I wasn't doing it after the show, and I was just like, my adrenaline keeps going, and I keep going and keep going.
I have the same problem.
And then I started just lighting some like Palo Santo and sage after set, and it actually makes a big difference.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
really crazy.
I have to actively cycle down after, or
Yeah,
I
how
will
do
just
you
be
do
like,
that?
it's
Impossible to sleep afterwards.
It is. It's really hard.
I have to do like a hot shower or like get a heating pad and like all this stuff to try to chill.
My biggest struggle is sleep.
Yeah, same.
So how's
And
everyone's insomnia?
I'm reading a book about sleep, which is like not helping because it's the importance of sleep.
Yeah.
It's terrifying me.
Yeah.
I would say I'm like a sleep expert. So any stuff I can give to you, because I got my Aura ring to stand up and tell me.
Oh my
what
god, I
mines
stopped
are.
wearing mine because it was too depressing.
No, same.
Mine
I
would be
just
like,
got
warning,
this.
you might die.
Yeah,
And
no,
I'm
I
like,
just got this, and all it tells me is how shitty I sleep. And I'm like, I know already. That's why I got you. And it's still like, maybe try harder. And I'm like, maybe I'll.
Sometimes it tries to be done to
I
like,
love it was like, maybe
be
try harder,
easy on your
Sarah.
body today. And
Yeah,
I was like,
that's not how tour works, but thanks.
yeah.
Like it's like when you're like getting ready to like go out, and it's like start winding down for bedtime. Like you have a show in 4 hours later.
Yeah. Graveyard shift. And I'm like,
Yeah.
So how do you do it?
For me, like before bed, either it's like I have a lot of magnesium or I have actually baking soda, which sounds crazy, but I've noticed a difference in my sleep score when I do have a half teaspoon of baking soda before bed.
Really?
Because it reduces inflammation and helps like you go into a deeper metabolic sleep, like a deeper sleep. I've liked that. And then I'll have my red light on. Like I have like a big panel that's super tall. I'll put that on. I'll put I have this little bio belt that's like got a heat sense into it and has a bunch of crystals in it as well. And I'm telling you, I'm out in 10 minutes. Like I just create this like vibe in there. And I'm just, and I put my phone down. I also on my phone, I do a double tap that changes my screen to red, so I'm not getting blue light after the sun goes down. And I changed all the lighting in my house, in my apartment, to red incandescent. So anytime the sun's down, I'm not seeing a lick of blue light. Like
nice.
it's made a huge difference.
But like how, like when you're playing late and then you go back home, like how do you like flip your schedule back? Cause like I'm still up to like, I'll like be in the studio till 6 a.m. still.
Yeah, like, I'm so bad at sleeping.
Yeah.
It is not.
You're just able to just switch it back?
Like with the like time changes?
Yeah,
and stuff? I mean, I play in America mostly.
But even if you play till like 2, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
How do you like then like, you're turning your lights off at 6.
Yeah, because I'm a morning person actually, which is crazy. So even if I go to bed at 3 a.m. after a gig, I'm up at 8 or 7 still. And so then
I wake up at noon.
Oh my
I'll
God.
start my day,
3 p.m.
and then I do a big nap, and then I'm in bed at a normal hour by like 10. But I won't allow myself to sleep till that night so that I don't mess it up.
You have it figured out.
Circadian rhythm.
It's sleep hygiene. You have
sleep
really,
hygiene.
really, really good sleep hygiene.
Yeah.
I have terrible sleep
I don't
hygiene.
have a circadian rhythm. I'm changing time zones too much.
Yeah.
Where did you just come in from?
I was in Edinburgh, Scotland last night.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
7 a.m.,
So
11-hour flight to get here. Slept on the plane. God bless. But yeah. Yeah, I don't have that. And if I'm making music, like the act of, like you were saying, I think the act of performing just amps me up. And if I'm in the studio, I am amped. Like if I have a really good like 10-hour day in the studio, it's so hard to cycle down.
Yeah.
Like I have to take like a hot bath.
Whoa.
I spent a lot of money on like blackout curtains because I'm basically nocturnal.
Yeah.
Like even when I live in Europe, my body is like, oh, you're American, we're on American time. So like I'll be up till like 5 a.m. and then wake
Always.
up at like noon or something.
Yep.
And then if I change time zones, my body's like,
Totally.
you know, gets confused. Maybe one day I'll have a good sleep schedule. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe one day your aura will be like, you did great, Sarah.
I mean,
one day.
is time real anyways?
No,
Like,
time's a construct.
Time
Yeah.
is a
Time's a
construct.
construct.
You're
What is
right.
I feel like because I have ADHD, I exist on like a 30-hour daily clock and not a 24-hour clock.
Yeah. Do you ever have moments where you have like the smallest amount of sleep, but you wake up and you're like, I still have energy, but then once you do sleep like 8 or 9 hours, you're like, I feel terrible.
yes,
Like I actually
yes.
don't feel rested. I feel more drowsy.
All the time.
No, if I don't sleep for long enough, I wake up, you know, and I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'll wake up.
Like, where am I? Oftentimes I'm like, where am I? When it takes me a few seconds to remember where I am.
Oh yeah.
Statistically, a hotel room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But like in what country? You know?
Yeah.
What time zone?
Couldn't
Yeah.
tell ya.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of wild?
Yeah.
It's the body is definitely not meant to do that.
No.
Yeah.
Especially as women, we
Especially
have
as
so
women.
many hormones.
We're so clock based.
And so
Yeah.
clock based.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I'd
definitely
say
tough.
we definitely are doing the most out here. I just have
sure.
to say.
Yeah, I
for
think
the
the sleep
girls,
thing has like
too.
a pretty strong effect on mental health too. If I do like the European touring, it's so tough because the shows are so late, and no
Oh,
matter
yeah.
how late your flights are, it's like you
Yeah.
never turn down enough before you get kicked out of your hotel to leave to go to the
Dude.
airport. And then like the festivals are always like 3 hours away from whatever major city, and you're like,
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And then they never have AC in the hotel rooms, which is a
No.
big gripe of mine. Like
I've
especially in the summer, they have one winter weight comforter and no air conditioning. And then they're like, all right, get out. And I'm
All right, get out. You had an hour. Get out.
I can't imagine not DJing anymore because like if the option was like, okay, you can be a producer, but then you have to do a live set for the rest of your career. Like, okay, I'll take that all day.
yeah.
Yeah. But like like CDJs are my first instrument, so I would also
Yeah,
be really
totally.
sad to never be able to play that instrument again
Yeah.
because I love it.
And that's like 20,000 hours.
producer.
Like, there's a lot of cool shit you could do.
Yeah,
with
there
those
is.
DJs.
Hello.
Yeah, you're very good at that.
So
I love DJing. Like that's why I like to play a lot more multi-genre sets because I like so many different styles of DJing.
Yeah,
and I started
same.
DJing deep
Does
house.
that confuse your fans? Like, how do you?
I do blocks as well, actually, for my playlists, which is like I'll have my more garage and like UKG block section, which I know all these work together, and I'll go into that mode. And then I like to travel up to more like 140 and OG dubstep, so I have my block there. And then I like to do a little mini spoonful of rhythm block. And
Spoonful.
This is my
Just
peak.
a spoonful. Track name, Spoonful of Rhythm.
Yes, exactly. I dropped a.
Write that down.
Oh yeah, I should have called it that, but I have a Mary Poppins.
I know, I was
edit,
gonna
and it's-
say.
I called it Sugar, but that's a good idea.
Rename it.
That's
Rename it.
Rename it.
It's just on SoundCloud, so.
Yeah, rename it.
Yeah, so
That's a good
and
way to do
then
it. It's
I
a
like to go
journey.
into like a 160
Oh my God.
area, and then I go into my drum and bass I'll usually end with. So I have everything blocked as well. And,
Yeah,
like,
that's
go
how I
between
also
those.
do
It works as a block, I think.
Yeah, I think of it more like light, beautiful. It's like, I never go above 128, so this is gonna be fun. But, you know, like blocking it, like emotionally I block it. Like beautiful, euphoric into like kind of more like Chicago house into like banging. And then I like to bring it back up into like something euphoric. Like, I don't want them to just like goodbye all like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do all the crazy, like usually we'll do some of the hard bounce stuff at the beginning, and then I'll get into like real hard techno. I'm kind of like, here, damn, like, here, damn, take the hard techno, here, fine, you know, here's some bangers, and then usually I'll get into like more of like Psy stuff towards the end, like Psy techno first, and then I'll end with all my weird trippy Psytrance.
Wait, so how did you discover, from Austin, Texas, how did you get into techno?
I was playing, and I got into drum code techno pretty early when I was still in Austin, and then I had gone on a research trip to ADE in like 2018, and had gone and I had seen, I think, like Rebecca and Amelie and Cobosil, and gone to like all the industrial parties, Dax, Perk. I had gone and seen them at the time, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do this. And then I was like, all right, let me buy 15 distortion plugins and just get to work. And then that's kind of, and then slowly we just kind of kept creeping that BPM up, because I was like, that sounds slow. Up 2, up 4, up, you know, and then all of a sudden we were at like 160.
Yes.
Whoops. And
oops.
yeah.
That's incredible.
Cardio.
Yeah.
Cardio class.
Yeah, no, that's your
Me, your
workout.
Zumba instructor.
I know. Every time I watch you DJ, I was like, she has endless energy.
I do not. I don't know how I do it. Honestly, I don't know how that
Pure
happens.
adrenaline. I get tired watching it. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I'm
I was
up
like,
there
I'm
bopping
not
around.
doing enough.
I'm out there bopping around, moving and grooving. Like, this is the only workout I'm gonna get.
Yeah, I was gonna say. it's
Honestly,
like
I don't think you need to
it's
do
all-
anything
yeah.
extra.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have a time tonight.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Last year too, I got lit out
Oh
there.
yeah, we had a time.
Was that at Doolab that you did it last year?
Yeah, we were at D-Lab last year.
Sick.
That was chaos, but it was
That
a
was-
blast.
And we're all like share a green room. It feels like it was like a bachelorette party or like
Yeah,
prom night
it was
or something.
awesome.
Like, prom night.
Not prom. That was so good.
Just the girls stat.
Yeah.
Just the girls. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm glad we're doing this again, and I'm glad that you guys are here for the first time. We have some other people who are joining us too. Nadal's joining us. Bailey's joining us. Jenna Shaw's joining us.
Yeah.
And then who else?
Vanessa.
Cobra, and
Vanessa.
Cobra's opening up.
Chloe.
with
And
us.
Chloe's
Really
opening
cool.
with you, yeah.
Chloe, yeah.
So that'll
Cobra.
be.
I'm excited.
I'm
It's gonna be
so
awesome.
excited for
I'm
that.
so excited
It's
for
gonna be so.
Cobra.
Oh yeah, Cobra too. Yeah, it's gonna be so amazing.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a time.